Young fellow, you are seeking death. Ing Huang's face twitched after hearing Xiao Yan's loudly laugh. He ended up laughing in extreme anger. The two of them had roamed unchallenged over the Dou continent for many years. Everyone knew of their ferocious reputations. It was unexpected that a young fellow would actually think of stepping on their heads. This was something that their pride could not accept. Second brother, let's attack together and kill him. Ing Huang extended an arm from his sleeve and formed a sinister dark black eagle claw with it. His claw was 5 feet long and appeared like a sharp long sword. There was a slight curl to it as a frightening force quietly gathered on the edge. Kuan Huang by the side nodded with a gloomy expression after hearing these words. Black vapor surged around him, forming a strange swirl. This was their unique ultimate skill, the devouring spiral. With these swirls protecting their bodies, they would not receive even the slightest damage. It was considered a true absolute defense. Great splitting demon claw. Ing Huang's body moved. A pair of wings that were dozens of feet wide were extended behind him. In a flash, he appeared above Xiao Yan. His large black claw suddenly pressed down. The sharp wind sealed the air around Xiao Yan, after which he violently grabbed at Xiao Yan's head. Kuan Huang blood stomach. Kuan Huang also unleashed a powerful Dou skill while Ing Huang was attacking. Black vapor surged out of his body. It swiftly formed a strange black blob that was a couple thousand feet wide under Xiao Yan. At a glance, it appeared like an enormous stomach. A large hole was opened at the top of the stomach, appearing like a large ferocious mouth that wildly bit at Xiao Yan. It seemed as though the stomach was planning to swallow Xiao Yan. The two of them cooperated in an outstanding fashion the moment they attacked. One struck from above while the other attacked from below. They completely sealed off all of Xiao Yan's escape route. Moreover, their attacks were both lethal. They did not even give Xiao Yan the slightest opportunity to retaliate. The renowned ferocity of the two was completely exposed at this moment. Xiao Yan's eyes swiftly swept over the two of them. He did not appear to panic because of these two well-coordinated attacks from Dou Sheng's. Instead, he extended his hand and suddenly pressed it violently toward the wind claw that was flying above him. Yellow spring finger. The energy within the surrounding space suddenly became wild and violent after the finger was pressed into the air. A huge, deep yellow figure appeared from nowhere, after which the rumbling space was accompanied by a frightening momentum as it violently collided with the claw made of wind. Great heaven creation palm. Xiao Yan did not stop after pressing forward. His right palm suddenly slammed down. An enormous black light spread with lightning-like speed. It surrounded that large black stomach as a powerful suction force erupted and forcefully dragged the stomach in.
Bang!
The claw wind and the giant black stomach were shattered by Xiao Yan's sharp retaliation. Being the source of the attacks, both Ing Huang and Kuan Huang were implicated. The blood within their bodies churned. The Dou skills that this brat has practiced are all Tian-class Dou skills. Moreover, he has unleashed them with such familiarity. Xiao Yan's immediate retaliation finally caused Kuan Huang's and Ing Huang's expressions to change. Their eyes swiftly swept over the battle between Feng Huang and Yao Ming. Their hearts began to sink after noticing that Feng Huang was at a slight disadvantage. Elder Ming, you should lead the remaining people to finish off that group from the Heaven Phoenix tribe. Xiao Yan spoke in a deep voice after forcing Kuan Huang and Ing Huang back with a finger and a palm. This voice sounded beside the ear of the intermediate Dou Sheng elder from the 9 serene deep ground python tribe. Elder Ming did not dare to slight the order upon hearing this. The might that Xiao Yan had displayed earlier caused his heart to tremble. Although he was an expert Dou Sheng, he understood that he would not last 5 exchanges against Xiao Yan if Xiao Yan wished to attack him. Everyone, follow me. Today, We will show the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe the strength of our 9 serene deep-ground python tribe. Elder Ming loudly cried out. He took the lead to charge toward the group of experts from the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe. Currently, there was no longer any Dou Sheng experts present in the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe's lineup. The strongest was Jufeng, who was at the peak of the Dou Zun class, but the gap between a peak Dou Zun and a Dou Sheng was extremely great. Hence, the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe might have a numerical superiority, but they still ended up being defeated by Elder Ming's ferocious charge. Bastard! How dare you! Deaths had occurred among the experts from the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe after brief contact. Kuan Huang and Ding Huang were immediately furious. However, a figure suddenly appeared in front of them just as they took a step forward. Get lost! Xiao Yan's expression was icy cold as he looked at those two. He spread his palm, and the Dou Qi within his body began to gather there like a storm. A frightening fluctuation began to rapidly spread. Yellow spring palm. Dou Qi spread apart like waves of the ocean. Xiao Yan remained expressionless as his right hand suddenly slammed toward those two. The empty realm began to fluctuate after Xiao Yan's palm came down. His large handprint appeared just like the sky as it gathered above Kuan Huang's and Ying Huang's heads, after which it was accompanied by a monstrous destructive momentum as it came smashing down. It penetrated through the air, collapsing the air itself an inch at a time. The sonic boom reverberated with a bang. The huge palm came pressing down like a mountain. Kuan Huang's and Ying Huang's expressions became completely grave upon sensing the destructive strength that it contained. Owo! A loud and clear phoenix cry echoed through the empty realm. Kuan Huang and Ying Huang's bodies both suddenly swelled. In the blink of an eye, they turned into two 10,000-foot-large Heaven Demon Phoenix. They flapped their enormous wings and 2,000-foot-wide light pillars shout out of their mouths and violently struck that enormous handprint. Boom! That collision was just like two meteorites colliding with each other. That frightening collision force whistled and spread like a tsunami. Suppress them. Xiao Yan's eyes became cold after seeing these two join together to block the yellow spring palm. The clan tattoo slowly surfaced on his brow. His aura also instantly soared. Within a couple of blinks, he had soared from an advanced 1-star Dou Sheng to the 2nd star of the Dou Sheng class. This is bad. That brat's aura has suddenly soared. Xiao Yan's transformation was also detected by Kuan Huang and Ying Huang. Their expressions immediately changed. Before they could flee, the enormous handprint above their heads suddenly pressed down. Those 2,000-foot-wide light pillars shattered apart. D. Xiao Yan's eyes were densely cold. The yellow spring palm came smashing down. It ruthlessly surrounded the enormous bodies of the two fighting. A frightening flame shot out as the seal landed. Hiss! After suffering this terrifying attack, their Heaven Demon Phoenix flesh immediately split apart. Fresh blood came streaming out, continuously erupting from their bodies. Deep explosive sound rippled over their bodies. Half of their dense white bones were even exposed. This firm palm turned the two of them into cripples. The two Grand Elders have actually lost to Xiao Yan. Kuan Huang and Ying Huang's miserable defeat was sensed by the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe's experts, who were bitterly blocking Elder Ming and the Little Fairy Doctors group. Their faces turned completely pale. Jiufeng and Feng Qing Air revealed stunned eyes. Neither of them had expected Xiao Yan to be this powerful. Seal them. Xiao Yan stepped through the empty realm. He appeared above the heads of Kuan Huang and the other elder in a ghost-like fashion. His hands rapidly formed various seals. Finally, two mysterious light pillars shot into the two Heaven Demon Phoenix's heads. Their bodies rapidly shrank before they returned to their human forms in the blink of an eye. However, there was an additional mysterious symbol on their foreheads. This sealing method could only succeed when the other party was unable to put up any resistance. Xiao Yan's icy cold eyes shifted to the experts from the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe after successfully sealing Kuren Huang and Ying Huang. Those experts immediately began to shudder after seeing him look over. Even the two Grand Elders together were unable to block this person. What could they do? Flee. Everyone faced each other. A shock rose within their hearts. All of them moved at the same time as they fled in all directions. Trying to escape? Xiao Yan coldly laughed after seeing them try to flee. His hand aimed into the distance before it was clenched. That empty space immediately solidified into an invisible cage. With a wave of his sleeve, the cage itself began to rapidly shrink. Those Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe experts were all trapped within an invisible cage that was less than 100 feet in size. They were unable to do anything regardless of how they struggled. Those experts from the 9 Serene Deep Ground Python tribe quietly wiped off their cold sweat upon seeing this overwhelming scene. It was no different for Elder Ming. The strength that Xiao Yan had displayed allowed him to understand the words absolute suppression. Xiao Yan slowly sighed in relief only after sealing Kuren Huang and Ying Huang and suppressing Heaven Demon Phoenix experts. He had used all of his strength in order to do this. Fighting 2 Dou Shengs alone had exhausted him. If there had been an additional person, even Xiao Yan would have been dragged into a long battle. Xiao Yan rested for a moment after performing all of this. Only then did he lift his head and glance at Feng Huang and Yao Ming's intense battle. He involuntarily laughed before crying out loud, "Feng Huang, both Kuren Huang and Ying Huang has been defeated. If you continue fighting, I will kill 1 person after every 10 counts." What? Feng Huang and Yao Ming, who were in an extremely intense battle, hurriedly turned after hearing Xiao Yan's cold cry. They hurriedly scanned the situation with their eyes. They were a little stunned to see Kuren Huang and Ying Huang had been captured by Xiao Yan's hands. At this moment, blood covered their bodies. Their faces were pale and their eyes were shut. No one knew if they were even still alive. How is this possible? Even with Feng Huang's calm demeanor, she could not help but feel a giddiness upon seeing this scene. Her face was filled with disbelief as she muttered, "Ah, good. Brother Xiao Yan is really domineering. You have actually managed to finish off these 2 old demons with such speed despite fighting against the 2 of them alone. I wonder just what kind of a commotion this will stir if this matter is transmitted back to the Beast region." Yao Ming was the first to recover and laugh. His heart began to think even more highly of Xiao Yan. Although Yao Ming was an advanced 2-star Dou Sheng, he was not absolutely confident he could defeat Xiao Yan. Moreover, the longer Yao Ming had been in contact with Xiao Yan, the more he felt that Xiao Yan was unfathomable. Xiao Yan's strength was one of the key reasons why Yao Ming had swiftly chosen to help the Eastern Dragon Island instead of the 3 Great Dragon Islands. Xiao Yan's current strength might only be that of an advanced 1-star Dou Sheng at this moment, but it was the first time that Yao Ming had met such a young 1-star Dou Sheng. Who could understand the limit of this kind of monstrous talent? At his level, he not only needed to look at the current situation when befriending others, he needed to look at the other party's potential. From the way Yao Ming saw it, the potential that Xiao Yan possessed was definitely terrifying. Otherwise, he would have difficulty agreeing to attack the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe just after regaining his position. The Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe was not a faction that was easy to deal with. Being part of the 3 great tribes, the 9 Serene Deep Ground Python tribe was clearly aware of this. The ancient Void Dragon tribe had been in hiding during these years. Hence, the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe had undoubtedly become the true overlord of the magical beast world. Even the 9 Serene Deep Ground Python tribe was a little weaker when compared to them. "Xiao Yan, our Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe will not rest until we kill you if you dare to kill them." Feng Huang slowly recovered from her shock. She inhaled a deep breath of air and ruthlessly stared at Xiao Yin as she cried out in a deep voice. The Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe and I have already formed a grudge with each other. Would I dare to appear in front of you if I was really afraid? Xiao Yin faintly smiled upon hearing this threat. He immediately withdrew his smile as he coldly said, I do not wish to waste my breath on you now. Do not doubt my methods. If you are really stubborn, I do not mind being merciless and forcing your Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe to lose a couple pieces of flesh. Feng Huang was startled upon seeing Xiao Yan's uncaring eyes. The curses that had reached her mouth were swallowed back into her stomach. Although she did not know Xiao Yan very well, she was able to sense the dense tone in his words. What are you planning to do? Feng Huang could only furiously cry out after being forced into a helpless situation. Every elite Dou Sheng was an extremely precious treasure within the tribe, even to a super faction like the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe. Losing even one Dou Sheng would undoubtedly cause the Heaven Demon Phoenix to feel the pain of its flesh being cut. If Xiao Yin were to really kill Kuan Huang, ending Huang in anger, the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe would end up vomiting blood. I do not wish to do anything. I only hope that the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe will not interfere in the matters of the ancient Void Dragon tribe. Xiao Yin grinned and replied, even if we do not intervene, the Eastern Dragon Island will still not be able to fight the three Great Dragon Islands. Do you really think that the Eastern Dragon Island can fight with the combined strength of the three Great Dragon Kings by relying on a Dragon Phoenix that has yet to mature? Feng Huang coldly cried out. This is none of your concern. Xiao Yan's eyes looked at Feng Huang as he faintly replied. You have two choices now. Either you stay or leave. If you stay, I will join hands with Tribal Chief Yao Ming to capture you. After which, I will kill your so-called Heaven Demon 3 Phoenix. If you chose to leave, please do so immediately. Additionally, help me deliver a message back to the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe. Tell them not to get involved in matters that do not relate to them. I'm afraid that you do not have the ability to do so. Kuan Huang and Ding Huang were merely at a disadvantage from having underestimated their opponent. That is why they were seriously injured by you. After which, you placed a seal on them before they could recover. Although I cannot defeat both you and Yao Ming, the both of you will also suffer if I self-destruct. Feng Huang immediately pressed her brows together after hearing Xiao Yin mention capturing her in such a causal fashion. But she was not an ordinary person either. She coldly laughed as she came up with a plan. You are indeed worthy of being the big sister of the Heaven Demon 3 Phoenix, Xiao Yin laughed. His palms slowly grabbed the heads of Ying Huang and Kuan Huang as he uttered. In that case, you should hurry up and make up your mind. I want to see whether it is faster to self-destruct or for me to shatter the monster cores of these two. Feng Huang's expression changed after hearing this test. She clenched her teeth and stared at Xiao Yin. However, Xiao Yan's expression did not change because of her gaze. He slowly began to increase the grip of his hands. All right, I will agree with you. The Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe will no longer get involved in the matters related to the ancient Void Dragon tribe. Release them, and I will bring them back. Feng Huang slumped after facing Xiao Yin for a moment. She finally clenched her teeth and spoke.
Decisiva.
I can release the others, but not Jufeng and these two. Xiao Yin smiled. His hand reached at the locked space. The panicked Jufeng was grabbed by the space around him before being pulled to Xiao Yan's side. After which, Xiao Yin tapped Jufeng his hand and sealed the Dou Qi within Jufeng. It looks like you are not sincere in this transaction. Feng Huang spoke with an icy cool tone. Do you really treat me as a fool? If I hand them over to you, you will return to the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe and make preparations to dispatch even more experts. Xiao Yin coldly laughed as he said, These three people are hostages. If your Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe insists on participating in the matters of the ancient Void Dragon tribe, you can prepare to collect their corpse. However, If you really cease having such thoughts, I will naturally let them go once the ancient Void Dragon tribe's internal chaos is resolved. The Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe is not an ordinary faction. I understand that I will form an enmity that can never be resolved with you if I kill them. Hence, as long as you do not eat your words, I will definitely keep mine. Whether you believe me or not is your problem. All you need to remember is that I am not having a discussion with you now. Instead, I am threatening you. Xiao Yan's grip on the heads of Ing Huang and Kuan Huang slowly emitted a cracking sound. His eyes were dark and cold as they stared at Feng Huang. Now, you should immediately get back to the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe and get your tribal chief to think through this matter carefully. Do you wish to keep this future tribal chief and these two grand elders, or do you wish to intervene in the matters of the ancient Void Dragon tribe? Feng Huang's body trembled in fury because of Xiao Yan's extremely rude tone. She boasted some status within the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe in the Central Plains. Since when had anyone dared to speak to her like this? However, regardless of how her anger gushed out of her heart, she also understood that the person in control was Xiao Yan. Moreover, if Xiao Yan was to really join hands with Yao Ming, she would likely end up in their hands unless she chose to self-destruct. The empty realm was completely quiet. Everyone had been violently shaken by Xiao Yan's words. Hand the people to me. I will carry your words back. Feng Huang inhaled a deep breath of air before she finally opened her mouth and spoke with a gloomy expression. Xiao Yan waved his sleeve. The distorted space cage immediately disappeared. A wind pushed all of the experts from the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe to Feng Huang's side. However, Jiafeng, Kuren Huang, and Ing Huang were still in Xiao Yan's hands. Elder Feng Huang. The Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe elders stood beside Feng Huang in embarrassment. It was unexpected that they had become the hostages of another. Shut up, you pieces of trash. Feng Huang was extremely furious at this moment. She immediately cursed out loud, causing the faces of those elders to alternate between white and green, but none of them dared to say anything more. Xiao Yan, you are really bold. My Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe will remember this. If anything happens to them, our Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe will never rest until you are dead. Feng Huang's icy cold eyes landed on Xiao Yan as she cried out in a cold voice. Her heart felt stifled. This time around, she had gone through much difficulty to lead this group out, but it was unexpected that they had ended up meeting this nemesis soon after stepping into the empty realm. Not only had they lost some people, but the other party had taken 3 of them as hostages. She wondered just how many strange looks she would receive if she returned in defeat. Ha ha, Elder Feng Huang. You can rest assured that as long as the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe keeps its word, I will definitely guarantee their safety. Xiao Yan smiled. He immediately changed his tone as he said, I will constantly monitor the activities of the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe. If there is anything amiss, I will deliver ahead to you. The corner of Feng Huang's mouth twitched. Fury shot out of her eyes, but she ultimately suppressed the fury in her heart. Her hand violently slid across the empty space in front of her, and a spatial crack appeared. Her body entered the crack without any hesitation. The so-called elders of the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe behind her hurriedly poured in like a school of fish. All of them were afraid of Xiao Yan striking them at this moment. The entire space became quiet after the final Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe expert disappeared into the spatial crack. Yao Ming blinked his eyes. He involuntarily laughed out loud a moment later. Brother Xiao Yan, I, Yao Ming, have seldom admired anyone, but I have no choice but to do so this time around. This Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe has suffered a great loss this time around. I wonder just how many people will quietly laugh at them if this matter spreads through the Beast region. Yao Ming lifted his thumb to Xiao Yan and laughed. Xiao Yan slightly smiled. He tossed the 3 people in his hands to the elders from the 9 serene deep ground python tribe. The elders hurriedly caught them. An elite Dou Sheng is not someone that can simply be created at will. The Heaven Demon Phoenix Tribe's foundation will suffer a great blow if they lose these two old ghosts. This loss is something that they cannot accept. Xiao smiled as he spoke. Hardly any faction on the continent could afford the price of two genuine Dou Shengs. Even the Sky Mansion would truly lose its limbs if it lost the first elder from the small pill tower or ancestor Huayun. What should we do now? Yao Ming grinned and asked. Head to the eastern Dragon Island. Xiao softly sighed. The smile on his face was slowly withdrawn. His eyes looked to the deepest part of the empty realm. Based on what Feng Huang had said earlier, the eastern Dragon Island had been surrounded by the three great Dragon Islands. Ziyin might also be in danger. Let's not delay any longer and get moving. Xiao began to frown slightly after thinking of her being surrounded. He waved his hand and ceased remaining any longer. His body moved, and he rushed to the deepest part of the empty realm at full speed. Yao Ming, the little fairy doctor, Qing Lin, and the rest quickly followed behind. Ziyin, nothing must happen to you.